Mm. Ooh. Mm. Mm. Where we at? Where we at? Where is? Oh, here we go. All right, all right. What's going on, party people? Yep, yep. Your man Griff. All right, all right. Come on now. Don't be mad at me for being late because y'all know I'm always am. Okay. I'm out here ripping and running all over the place and I'm gonna be late. Okay. I'm gonna be late. So just get me some water. Got my Rubicon Red Velvet. The bet look. Rubicon, y'all gotta sponsor this here channel. I'm gonna tell you, this is the best um red velvet cupcake I ever had. The best. The best. Awesome. Awesome. Tell you. Oh man. So let's see here. So how's everybody doing? I hate the mall. Even when I was a kid, I did not like the mall. I don't know what it is. I just couldn't get into that thing. I'm serious. I just couldn't get into the mall scene. Um, Parents would say, "You." I mean, I would try to go, but it just didn't make no sense to me just to hang out there. Now, here's what I think it is. To be honest, I sort of had everything I needed at home. My parents made sure that I had everything. You know, so it wasn't like I needed to go to the mall to escape anything. I didn't. I was like going to the mall was more of a hassle for me because I had everything I need. I'm the only child, TV, game systems, all of that stuff. I'm like, so why do I need to go anywhere? I was like, shoot. And then I'm serious, I had all the toys I needed. I had the bicycle. Why do I need to go to the mall? Because I don't have any brothers, I don't have any sisters, I don't have anybody to fight with me or fight for me. So all that means is somebody gonna jump me. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. And I used to hear about all these fights out there at the mall, and then you on certain sides of the town, and on that side of the town, one of the malls we had called Gateway, yeah, you get jumped. You get jumped because some of the hood kids go over there. And then what we had the one I think it was called, I want to say Regency. I think that's what it was called. And but that mall was out, way out there. And there was no and I was my parents were gonna drive me what 45, 30, 40 minutes there and trying to catch a bus. Oh man, that wasn't gonna happen. So and then that was on the non-black side of town, and you didn't want to get caught over there and accused of doing anything. That's just the truth of the matter. And so I stayed my little behind home as much as possible. Kicked it with my little lady on the phone. So back then, for you youngsters, we was always on the phone talking to the slimmies and stuff. That was our thing. There was no internet, no Facebook, and all of that kind of stuff. No FaceTime. It was talk time. Hey, how you doing? No, you hang up. No, you hang up. We gonna hang up together, okay? You hang up. You ain't hung up. You hang up. That's what we used to do. Now y'all just be like, y'all just be cutting folk and everything. Y'all just be cutting folk and stuff. Yeah, Regis been to Regency Mall. Yeah. Oh, so you down in Jacksonville. So you know I'm talking about Jacksonville, Florida. Regency, I think it was called Regency Square Mall down there in Jacksonville. What's up, Claude? I'm trying to remember. You asked, I hope I answered your last question because I think you sent me something. Ah, okay. Yeah, hold on. Let's try to figure that out right now. Let's try to figure that out right now. Okay. Because you was asking me something about Marcy. All right. What's going on, Clark? All right, so I'm gonna drop her thing in the chat. This is Marcy's site, Professional Notary Service. She did an interview on here with me. And let's see here. Oops, I need to add that. Let me add her thing on here. So this is hers. And if you want to contact her, because she has a very good signing service, um, submit your stuff right here. And then you got her her email address. Let me copy that. And then her email, and give her and hit her up. Yeah, she has a very good signing service. I haven't had any problems at all in any way, shape, or form. So Marcy's a great business owner. She knows what she's doing. I know she's doing some stuff with Ron, with the people out there in New York, because that's where she's based out of. So um reach out to her, especially if you're in the New York area. Reach out to her. She's in Rochester, New York. And a couple years back when I was up there in Rochester, I wish I had known of her because I would have tried to meet up with her. I think this was before I started doing it was before I started doing notary, but it was snowing when I went to Rochester, so there wasn't no. Mm-mm. So yeah, it was just constant snow. That was a different snow up there with in Rochester. That was just like it wasn't heavy, but it was just constant, just wouldn't stop, just snow just coming down. It was just irritating. I'm used to it snow for a little bit, then it stopped for a couple of hours, then it come back, then it stopped. That snow just kept going. It just would not stop at all. Oh man, so how's everybody week been? How was your month? Did anybody hit any goals that they had for last month when it came to notary? Whatever your goals were, did you get close to it? Did you exceed it? Did you just hit it right on the head? Um, did anything just overall increase for you? Did stuff increase for you last month? You've been busy with Ron. Okay. I know I've been y'all know I've been out here um busy with some everything. So yeah, it's been some stuff. Yeah, what's going on, Caprinis? Good to see you there. And as always, we got the Notary Journal. Greatly appreciate you sliding in. We got Frank. Yep, hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button. This gets the video out there and everything. So yeah, I think last month I did about 77 signings and well signing slash notary services because you got to throw your loan applications in there too. So I did 77. I'm guessing maybe about 77 of them. And I'm just I'm just chugging away. I'm just chugging away. And it ties into what I'm gonna talk about tonight. Okay. It ties into what I'm talking about tonight. Says I'm new and I did 19 okay in February. Okay, good, good, good. So let's see here. So that's about 4 a week, almost 5 per week. That's good. That's good. That's like almost having one a day and just getting a good feel for it, getting your feet grounded into this business. So you do that. I mean, that is awesome. That is really, really good. So yeah. And then you said a great deal were last minute. I don't know what it's going to take for y'all to believe me and start adjusting and doing some things different in your life. But last minute is the way to go. All right, you did 4 today. You see what I'm saying? I had, I think I had 4 today. Did I have 4 today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 5. I had 5. So today I started off with 4, and then I picked up. Well, Okay, yeah, I have. I'm trying to think. Did I? No, I had. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Something ain't looking right on my calendar. I had that person. No, I think I might have had six today. Let me go back and look at something because I might have did something and forgot to put it on my calendar. Where the heck is it? Okay, let me add that to my calendar. Okay, I had that one. Okay, so I had six. I had one, two. Yeah, I had the two in the morning. Then I picked up one for 2 o'clock. I already had the 4:30, so that's four. Then I grabbed the 6 p.m. and then a 7 p.m. So yeah, I had six today. And then the six and the seven was real simple. It wasn't that hard to do. One was a claims, it was some type of asset recovery, and that was like 9 pages. And then the last one was a 5 page power of attorney. And so I did those two. So those didn't take long. Had Old Republic title refinance. I had a last minute it was one that popped up for a seller's package, 16 pages. And so I was able to squeeze that one in. Then I had an 11 a.m. one and a 12 and a 10 a.m. The 10 a.m. was a loan modification, and that one was supposed to be in yesterday, but the guy was stuck at work. So we decided to meet today. And then I had an 11 o'clock HELOC. So the only huge loan oh, and then there was a 2 o'clock one that I had that got moved to 9 tomorrow. So I actually would have ended up with possibly seven today. I mean, but it was an easier seven than it would have been an easier seven than that nine I did last week. So yeah, these things coming up last minute. Even I got four tomorrow, and one of them came up last minute. So I'm adding that in at 1:30. So this is how the business rolls. I mean, and all you got to do is just find a way to adjust so you can get out there and take advantage of it. So you said my back is hurting too. Yeah. Say, hey, Griff, I'm finally getting signings from multiple companies on SnapDogs. Don't really need Notary Go as much anymore. That is correct. I'm doing the first Notary Go signing tomorrow in a while. Yeah, I always share with y'all with Notary Go, use them as much as you can until you get your feet wet. Add those orders that you did for them into your closing, into SnapDocs, so they'll know that you're doing some work, and then move away from them. Notary Go is not something that's sustainable for you making money long term and taking care of your family. You're not going to be able to do that with them. But when you start getting orders from these other companies, that's really where it's going to show. Okay, that's when it's going to. So making more money per signing, which feels good. And if y'all been watching the channel here, y'all seen Melissa. She's been in here doing her things, moving at her pace and getting it done week by week by week. And that's what it's about. She's been taking my advice and moving forward. And see, here's one of the things that I keep seeing that is causing people to be stuck. There are people that either they look at the videos and in what I my term is they get too legalistic and they're trying to analyze and trying to basically look at every single angle of what could go wrong and trying to structure their business so that they have none of the problems that they hear me talk about. And it's like, I don't want to have no problem. I want everything to be perfect. You tell me what part of your life outside of this notary business is perfect, that you have no issues, no concerns. If you have that, then okay, cool. But even if you do have it now, it wasn't always like that. In other words, you had to work toward it. So there's no scenario, in my opinion, that you're going to just be like, okay, I'm perfect in my business and everything is fine. There was never any hiccups. There was never any problems. I don't think that exists. Okay. Then the other side is people say they follow me and they look at my videos, but they really don't. They just look at the most recent one and they don't go back and look at the library of videos, which is where a lot of the information that can help them in their business out is at. So they're looking at other people's videos and they're getting confused. And then they need me to help them unconfuse them, because when they try to contact, if they even try to contact those other people, they're not getting any answers. So the people who you're talking, who you're following and looking at is confusing you, but then you want someone else to unconfuse you. And that is a hard thing. And I don't get into that. And I tell people, look, you need to look at my videos. Just look at my videos and you'll be straight. Because I don't know what these other people are saying for the most part, because I don't listen to them. Because if they, to me, if that stuff isn't, if it can't help me, then why do I need to listen to it? You know, and I've been in the business long enough, so I don't listen to all of these other people's videos because they're just talking mess. I mean, they're not really, they're just saying stuff to just to get you to click and buy something. They're not really trying to teach you anything solid. Okay. So, Melissa, she's been following me, taking my advice. I think me and her talked a couple of times, looking at the videos and implementing them. And boom, 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 and then she's moving and things are coming along very, very well for her. What's going on now, Alan? Good to see you from Long Beach. So what I'm seeing is that people who are listening to what I'm saying in these videos, that go back and look at the old ones that aren't too legalistic, they ask good quality questions. Okay, make sure I understand this, that, and the other. But then they go and put forth an effort to implement what they hear me say in the videos. They solid. They're making money. They're moving up. Everybody else is still struggling. And there are a lot of people that have been contacting me that have been in this business for at least a year and haven't done anything. They're just sitting on the sideline because they're still stuck on trying to learn and understand the documents. They're still trying to figure out what they're going to say when they're at a closing. I ask them, do they know how to notarize? Do they understand that? And the answer is no. But they're more focused on what everybody else is saying you need to do. And that's what you're marketing, that you know how to explain documents, but you don't know how to notarize. And then you're stuck. And then and people are trying to constantly calling me, asking me for, let me get some sample documents so I can look them over and figure out where everything is at. And then when I explain to them that those documents that somebody will give you or you will buy may not be the same documents that you will see at a closing, in an actual closing. They may be more likely, there's a 110% chance it's going to be different. So now what are you going to do? And then when they think about it, like, oh, they're not going to be the same. No, because what they're thinking to do is I'm going to memorize everything. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to memorize. No, learn your job as a notary. Now, all that I'm saying here ties into the topic tonight. So I gotta find my thing. Here we go. So everybody's been bragging and talking about, hold on 1 second. It says, while someone has been in this a year and still waiting to get, yes, there are a lot of people. Now, some of them, I would say probably 50% of the people that have talked to me that are in that category, they had life happen. Okay. As BTC Unlimited says, life is lifing. So life happened to them, but in their quest to get started, they're still saying I need to learn the documents. I need to go and get better at understanding the documents. So then I say, well, I have a video out there, and let me pull it up for y'all. That's the best thing for me to do. Pull it up for y'all. Notary. So this video here, help, where do I sign? This video right here, help, where do I sign? That video will help you to understand where to sign that on the documents. And it's amazing to me, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, that so many notaries are like, I don't know where I'm gonna sign. I need to figure out where they need to sign on the documents. And I'm like, how do you not understand that anybody, when you sign a document, is at the end of a contract, is at the end of a set of terms, conditions, or what have you. That's where you sign it. You sign it at the end of that. You read the information and then you sign it. How do you not know and understand that that's what you're supposed to do? And then when I explained it to them, they're like, "Oh yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right, you're right." So why do you think you had to search to find out where they need to sign? Because if they sign the document, it's going to say their name, or it's going to say the role, ROLE, that they're playing: borrower, seller, purchaser. And when I say borrower, I mean borrow from the standpoint of refinancing their loan, if they're a purchaser, or if they're the seller. Okay. So if that's their role, then there'll be a line that says borrower. Are you the borrower? Yes. Then you sign there. It's common sense. It's laid out that simple. And notaries are like, well, I need to see and research and figure out where this is at. And that's where a lot of people are getting stuck at. So the video is there. This is the video. Help. Where do I sign? And it points out everything that you need to know about how to understand where to sign. And it doesn't matter what the set of documents are, the signature page is always at the end of an agreement or whatever the case may be. And you're right, lack of confidence has people overthinking, and also bad information coming from folk that they're listening to online. So they're listening to people who are telling them, making it seem like it's just straight crazy, and you're never going to figure it out, and it's just so complicated. They're making them think that they're confessing negativity into their life, and they're grabbing hold of it and making it a part of it, and then they're stuck, and they're frozen. They're just completely frozen. Everything. So one of the things that I wanted to show y'all right here says Fed may not cut rates at all this year because high rates aren't hurting much. Analysts say February 26th of this year. Now, can anybody tell me what do they think that statement means? The Feds may not cut rates at all this year because high rates aren't hurting much. What do you think that means? Can somebody please share with me in the comments, what they think that means? This is very, very important. This here sets the stage up for everything with the notary, with the mortgage industry, and with the economy. So what do you think that means when they say high rates aren't hurting much? They're not hurting much. What do you think they mean by that? Okay, come on, give me some answers. Talk to me. No waterfalls or refis. Okay. Now that's actually a byproduct of what's going to happen if they keep the rates high or make them higher. There is still movement in the market. That, yep, that's going in the right direction. What up now? My man Joseph Haskin retired out there in Indiana. They aren't going to drop rates significantly this year. That is correct. And what it overall means is that because the current high rates that they have, okay, the current high rates aren't putting enough downward pressure and pain economically on the overall economy because inflation is still going up. There's food that I normally get. Right. There you go. The industry is not hurting as much as they need it. So if you listen to what he said back in December, and I think even January, that they need the economy to really be hurting to the point that people make spending habit changes. So if you take the time out and if you listen to if you go to this YouTube channel and you listen to this gentleman here, listen to his videos, you will learn and understand what the heck is going on in the economy and what they're trying to do. They need more pain on the consumer. They need because inflation is still going up. People are still going to Cancun. Still, people are still traveling and living their life like there's no economic crisis in their life or in the economy whatsoever. And this is not talking about the rich people. This is talking about the middle class and poor. They're still out here partying it up. Let me drop his YouTube channel in there. And because people are still living like, I got money in the bank, we good. They're using all that buy now, pay later stuff, and they're still spending, there's still stuff. And I did a video where I was talking about he's going to look at the data. And if the data doesn't show that the economy is slowing down like they need it to, they're not cutting rates. So therefore, there's a chance they might not cut at all because what they're looking for isn't happening. Now, here's the kicker. You say, okay, Griff, well, how does that I always forget what the YOLO stands for. Oh, yeah, you only live once. You only live once. That is right. You only live once. Okay. Here's what's happening. Notaries are switching over into different arenas of the notary industry. Apostille, trying to do more general notary work, trying to do estate planning. Now, let's be real. How many millionaires, multimillionaires, are looking for notaries on our level? They have people already established. Bill Gates not looking for one of us. Elon Musk isn't looking for one of us. They got notaries. They got people that are all that's at their beck and call. And many of you notaries here aren't prepared to just drop what you need to do to go do a closing. How many of you would have been able to just drop what you to just add in 3 closings? Hmm? How many would just been just you got your closing and then all of a sudden you're just going to add. You lose one and then you're just going to add three. Add 3 notary assignments on the fly like that. That is very hard to do, but you got to be you got to be willing to at least try. So those people aren't. Let's just say the basketball team owners. They're not going into the general crowd of people at the game saying, "Hey, who's a notary here?" They're not doing that. When they want to do a destination wedding, your favorite rap star, your favorite music artist, your favorite whoever celebrity, Cat Williams, none of them Shannon Sharp, they're not looking for us to be a notary. Now, if they happen to run across us by happen chance, okay, cool. But they got people. So who needs us? It's the people who are in our same economic bracket. And if those people in our economic bracket are financially hurting, those are the ones who are paying us. Now, can you do like the notary giant he's done for some millionaires and all that? You might, if you're living in a certain area, yeah, you can. But it's the regular folk. So who's looking for apostille? Regular folk who are overspending, who don't have the money to really afford the trip to Jamaica, but they're going to take it anyway. So they're the ones who need an apostille. So in other words, we need people to just out here, go out here and overspend and get themselves more and more in debt. And the more they get themselves in debt, the less likely the feds are going to be like, okay, well, there's no need to lower the interest rates because people are living like they don't have any financial issues. So we just going to keep jacking it up until we get it to where we need it to be. Who's applying? Who's trying to get estate planning? You know some of the millionaires. You know some of the wealthy people in your area. Any of them coming to you? Are any of their lawyers looking at you to do estate planning? Am I saying estate planning and apostille and general notary work is something you shouldn't do? No. But what I'm saying is look at your true market. And if you say, well, I will market to those attorneys and those people who need it, the high value people, nothing wrong with that. The question is, do you have your business structured to the point that you can be there for them when they want you to? That's the thing. That's the thing. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. Really appreciate it. That is the thing. And if you are not structuring your business to do that, then how you plan on making money? So this is where what you have to do, in my opinion, when the work is there, you have to take it as much as possible. And you cannot get caught up into trying to develop a niche right now. Too many of you are trying to develop that niche by saying, I do exclusively this or that. I'm taking everything that comes across my path. The asset recovery, I've done two of them. They pay $45. The power of attorney that I just did paid 40. But that power of attorney, okay, babe, that power of attorney is for a real estate transaction that's coming up that I might be privy to. I might have an opportunity to do the closing on, but they needed the power of attorney done. So when I have a person who's constantly giving me orders and to do work and to make money, guess what? And they called and say, "Hey," and I was finishing up a closing, and me and the lady was talking just about notary and just business, and she said, "Okay, yeah, hey." Then he called and said, "Hey, you think you can do a power of attorney for?" And I was thinking he was gonna say tomorrow, Saturday. Nah, he was like tonight at 7. I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll work it out." All right, cool, thanks. And I was on my way to my next appointment, which was the asset recovery one, and everything worked out. So I'm like, my niche is my notary stamp. That is my niche. Where the heck my stamp at? Oh, here it is. This is my niche. See, many of you are trying to make the actual assignment stuff apostille your niche. No, my niche is me being a notary, which means I can do all of it as it comes across my path. And now, Faith, you said now in Texas, it may not be that many refis. However, I think there are, but they're the cash out refis that Notary Go is doing. So you can make you a little bit of change doing cash out refis with Notary Go, if you have the proper location that is required by your state law. If you do, then you can make money with them. But for his non-Texas cash out refis, is probably not a whole lot going on in your state of Texas. But in my state, people are refinancing left and right. And what they're doing now is refinancing second homes. Lady refinanced a second home to pull out over 100K so she can start a business. Later today, refinanced a second home, got a couple of grand back. I guess maybe to get a lower interest rate and probably to pay debt off. To pay some debt off. So people are refinancing because there are people who still qualify, and it's better for them to refinance and get this debt paid off than not to. You see what I'm saying? So this is what's going on. So the question is, if they're not going to lower the interest rates, then that means you and me need to be taking as much work as we can across the board and not sitting here restricting ourselves and saying, well, I'm only going to do this and do that. Do I like general notary work overall? No. But if the opportunity comes up, I will take it. Am I a big fan of apostille? No, because to me it's a real time consuming because to do it expeditiously, I need to go to Richmond to get it processed quicker up there. But they only have appointments every so often. So, the appointments you gotta sometimes wait 3, 4 weeks to get an appointment, and that's not advantageous for me. Estate planning, I've done some. Heck, I got one now in my queue. I'm waiting for them to finish reviewing the documents and give me a call so I can go do it. And I've had this estate planning for 3 weeks. So I'm waiting. It came through SnapDocs. So I'm still waiting. So the point that I'm making is I figured out that I just need to be making money. That's what I need to do. So a, a niche is a luxury move once the business is booming. Correct. And a lot of y'all haven't gotten anything booming. You think you have because you're spending all this money on everybody's little program, but in all honesty, you don't have anything booming yet. Notary Journal says, tell me, oh, let me go back one. Said the new notaries have to understand that if they develop great relationships with the hiring company, only then can they try to negotiate the increase. Otherwise, take what you can get. Mhm. Tell me something. Have they made generic toners for the new? I don't know. I have not. I've never had any luck with the generic toners, to be honest with you. I really haven't. So I don't even mess with the generic toners. I just get the brother, the genuine ones. I was about to say genuine, genuine ones, and I just do that. Now for other people, they get the off brand ones, and they work fine for them. For whatever reason, they don't work for me. I just don't have. Just like Matherin, he has problems with brother printers, but I don't have any problem with brother printers. It happens that way. So I don't know if they have them. They probably do if you check on Amazon, but I don't mess with them. I tried some and it just was not good. It was not a good experience whatsoever. So now the question is, now that we have an idea that the rates the rates might not drop as of yet, what are we going to do for business? What are we going to do to make money? And what I did with this is on Business Insider. And then there's an article, I haven't read this one yet, from 12 hours ago, 10 reasons the Fed won't cut rates in 2024, according to a chief economist. Okay. So it's saying the economy is too hot. The underlying inflation trends are moving higher and not cooling. That is, oh, let me zoom this in a little bit. So the economy is still hot. The underlying inflation trends are moving higher and not cooling. Super core inflation, a measure preferred by the Fed chair, is also increasing. The labor market is still hot, meaning people are still getting jobs. As long as people are still getting jobs, it is not, that is a bad sign for the feds. Because if people have a job, that means they can spend money. And they don't like that when it comes to trying to slow the economy down. Small businesses are planning to raise prices further. Manufacturing trends reflects an upward trend in price paid. ISM, I forget what that means. Services are increasing. Increasing number of small businesses say they will increase wages. So the more what people have, the more money people have, the more they're going to spend, which going to increase, going to cause more inflation because the people selling stuff is like, oh, well, they'll pay a higher price. They'll keep raising the price up, and you know that because that's what many of you notaries are doing. Rent and home prices are still rising. Financial conditions are still easing, suggests further economic strength ahead. So these are reasons why they may not raise interest rates. I mean, lower them. They may not lower them. Let me take a bite of my cupcake. Mhm. That is the best cupcake. Rubicon. You don't put your foot in that one. Hmm. Yeah. So in Indiana, refis are happening there. Mhm. So it's all local. So tell me, give me. I want some feedback from y'all. Knowing this now, having an idea that the economy might not have lower interest rates like you thought, even though this is an election year. What do you think you can do for your business? What kind of idea? I mean, that's the thing. Because keep in mind, if the economy crashes, they start losing jobs, all of this kind of stuff. People start losing their house. Somebody got to have assets in order to estate plan. Somebody got to have something to put into a trust. They got to have stuff because if they got family heirlooms, they might be selling them to the pawn shop to make money. So if you're trying to hang your hat solely on estate planning, you got to think about who's your estate planning market is and how do you get them to estate plan when they don't feel, or really when they're just trying to save their estate. And if they don't have the revenue, they done lost their job. Both husband and wife done lost their job, and they got to sell all the stuff that they have in order to just keep the lights on, keep food on the table. Who's going to be thinking about estate planning if the economy really crashes down and they keep interest rates up, job loss, all of this kind of stuff? How do you expect somebody to be focused on estate planning? Because the people who would be doing estate planning are people in our economic bracket, because that's who you end up marketing to. And let's keep it a buck. Many of you are too daggone scared to even talk to certain folk that's on your financial level face to face. How you want to go and approach this attorney who's making $20 million a year servicing clients who have a net worth of 800 million a year, or yeah, a net worth of 800 million? How do you plan on, oh yeah, you don't even have the courage, or you don't have what it takes, or well, you do. I'm gonna put it this way: I believe you do have what it takes, but you won't step out in it. So because you won't step out in it, it seems like you don't have what it takes to go and approach them. And then again, when you do approach them, are you ready to rock and roll when they ask you, okay, can you be here tomorrow? Oh, whenever if when the times that I'm marketing people and talk and I'm trying to get business, I make sure that if they need me the next day, I can do it. In other words, I'm not going to market on a day that I got five closings the next day. It don't make sense. So I got five closings tomorrow. I go to a title company. Think about this, y'all. I'm gonna go to a title company, but I know I got to go to work tomorrow. I got to do this tomorrow. I got to do all this stuff tomorrow. There's a chance they might say, "Well, can you come in tomorrow?" Oh no, no, I got a full schedule tomorrow. And you want them to understand, but they don't have to understand a daggone thing. All they know is you came here marketing yourself. I asked you, and then now you talking about you can't. Yeah, they want you. You got to be ready. So I don't market if I know. I don't go to anybody marketing my business on the day before I got a big day of work. I'm not doing that. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Good cupcake. Mm-mm-mm. So my plan, and the reason why I don't have a problem sharing it, because I already know most people not going to want to do it. My plan is simple. I'm a niche notary. My niche is being a notary. Red velvet, love it, man. And anything that comes in that I can take, I'm taking. That's what my goal is right now. To build relationships, like the notary John said earlier. Do you don't you think me dropping, well, not even dropping because I had the time. Me making myself available and taking an order that came in at probably five something. Yeah, it came in, yeah, about five something. Meet a guy in the next 2 hours. Don't you think that did me good? And that guy feels great that I did it. And then I went 5 pages, get paid $40, one signature, one notarization. That's it. And I made myself available and did it. That does a lot for his relationship building. Somebody you can trust because now this gentleman knows that he has a notary here, which he already did, but he knows that he has somebody he can rely on. Can people rely on you to be there for them when they need you to? If they can, great. If they can't, I get it. Okay. You're working, you're doing this, that, and the other, which means then why did you even get into this business? See, that's the bigger issue. I'm coming through that scene to get me a, oh yeah, I'm telling you this. Yeah, they sell them at Kroger. Kroger has them called Rubicon. Mm-mm-mm. Thing. They got the sweet cream thing on the top. I think that's the buttercream one. And then they got the stuff on the inside. They got oh no, I'm sorry, cream cheese. It's the cream cheese. I don't know why I said butter. Cream cheese icing. And then they got the cream cheese icing on the inside. And it's in the freezer section at Kroger. So look at the freezer section by the pastries, okay, at Kroger. Mm-mm-mm. Called Rubicon. Not getting paid for this, okay? YouTube not getting paid for this at all. But you say I love general work, pays on the spot. Like the box of chocolates keeps getting interesting. Had 4 eviction notices today, several marriage dissolutions this week, a lot of money. Yeah. And that's the thing, if I can do general notary work, cool. I will. But why my chest itching? Probably my skin dry because I've been out there in that cold air. But this is why, because here's the thing that I don't want to happen to y'all. I don't want you said that's a sponsor. Yeah. If they Rubicon, y'all can sponsor this here. I would do a commercial for Rubicon. I'm serious, man. I ain't lying to you. But their stuff is good. $6.99 for 4. So I hold on to these. I tell my son, don't touch my don't touch my cupcake. And then they have a vegan one, raspberry and lemon. That thing is off the chain. It is delicious for vegan. It is delicious. So that's a real good one too. But here's my concern for my business. I see work coming in, but for whatever reason, I decide not to take it because I think, oh, it'll be work down the road. It'll be work next month. And then next month comes and there's 15% drop. Now I'm thinking, man, I should have took more last month. And I don't want to be in that situation. I don't want to be in a what if situation. So I made up my mind that for my business, I'm doing everything that I can. And if I don't take an order, there's a good logistical reason for me not being able to take it. Like I had a scheduling conflict for next week. Something I need to do with the wife. I forgot to check the calendar. I took 2 orders. So I reached out to the company and asked them, say, hey, look, I got this thing coming up, got to be there for my wife. And I reach out to the customer and ask them, can we do a little bit later? They said, yes. I said, if y'all, and I had put in, I said, if you say no, I understand. They said, it's no problem. Contact the customers. They was willing to move the time back. I said, all right, bet. Perfect. I can do the thing for my wife. I can get that, make some money, and boom. And both of them are $50 each. And most people are like, man, you did all that for $50? Oh, no, I ain't. No, I just drop them and keep. No, I'm taking everything that I can. This is what true business owners do. Business owners find a way to bring in the money and take advantage of the opportunities. And if somebody needs you to do something and there's a conflict, you try to work it out to where you can meet one obligation and the other obligation. It's not about being perfect. It's about being available and making it happen. And when you get to that point up here and get out of that W-2 mindset, you will see how the money's flowing in. But as long as you stay stuck on trying to create this thing of being able to brag to people in Facebook groups and in other places and at conferences and stuff, I'm telling y'all, 2024, you're going to have to rethink going to some of these conferences from a money standpoint. Because I put it this way, if your business isn't paying for you to go to the conference, meaning you made the money and the money you made in your business, you can, it won't hurt you to not have that money. In other words, you can use the business revenue that you made to pay for that conference and it's not going to negatively impact your business, then go. But in order for you to go to that conference, you got to use your non-business money to make it happen. And that tells you right there, that is not a trip that you need to take. What are your thoughts on that? If you're going to go on a trip to any kind of conference, even if it's a local one, are you using the money that you made from your business to pay for the ticket, the travel, and the hotel room? All your eating, everything is a true business expense and it's coming from the money that you made. That's the question. Hmm. That's all you got to do. You got to get out there. Joseph is right. He is 100% right. So I want y'all to do good in this business. I want y'all to be successful. But you got to want it for yourself. And you're going to have to be, as I keep saying, mindful of the information that you're listening to. Because here's the thing, not all of these avenues will work for you. Not all of them will provide you with the revenue that you need. It's nice that you can do apostilles, but the question is that really popping in your area? And I'm not just like, can you do loan closing? Well, if all the new home building sites say they got their own title company, that means the title company is going to do everything in house. So they can't do that. Where's the money coming from? How do I create it? Nursing homes, all of that. Case in point, case in point. So while I'm at one of my appointments, the gentleman asked me, do I only do do I only do mortgage notarization? I said, no, anything that needs to be notarized, I do. He said, I need your card because sometimes some of the people that come here need notary and I can send them your way. I said, I appreciate that. Then another person, this is me not marketing. I'm not asking people, hey, I'm just talking to them and they're like, I need your card. I see you really enjoy doing this. And this is the key. If they see that you enjoy it, they see that you have embraced it because you know what to do and you're organized, that's who they want to do business with. You get there and you sweating and you scared and they see it in your face like, I actually got to notarize this in front of you. I can't sneak and hide it and take it home because at the beginning you said you're an escrow officer. So I mean, I got to try to notarize this in front of you. Or that person says, yeah, I used to do notary stuff a couple of years ago. I used to be a signing agent, but I don't do it anymore. Now that means all eyes on you. Oh, snap. So that means they're going to watch me jack this notarization up. assisted living facilities. Yeah, when I go in there, see that tonight I went to one. Now the lady was in a rush, so I didn't directly do any marketing to her, but I went and met her at her place of business. Didn't even know that one existed. So I have a place where I can go and market to now. I ain't telling y'all where it's at. But I take these orders because they pull me into those facilities. And then I give my card to somebody. I look for somebody who seems to be the boss, and that's who I give the card to. That's who I talk to briefly and make to let them know I'm available if you or your staff or your patients need a notary. That's all you got to do. Now, sometimes it might not happen right away. It might take 2 or 3 months. Might take a year, but you did it, and that's what matters. That's what counts. That you actually put forth some effort and did it. Oh, and then this week I had a great thing that happened. I was actually doing, was a witness for another notary. I don't know if I had did a video about that or not, but a notary contacted me, said she's watched my videos and asked me to be a witness for a power of attorney that she needed done. And I said, yeah. I had the time. I went and did it. Everything was lovely. And I was happy to be able to support her and to help her out when she needed. This is what it's all about. So now I know she's a solid notary. And guess what? She's somebody that I can refer people to. That's the beauty of this. So I ain't gonna stay on long tonight, y'all, because I got 4 to do tomorrow. I'm still tired from last week. And I'm gonna print my documents and get me some sleep. But where are the rate drops? And I've told y'all if there are any coming at the earliest, in my opinion, it was gonna be like May or June. Could things turn around? Hopefully they will. But if they don't, I gotta keep plugging along and doing what I'm supposed to do. And when opportunities come, the 4 for tomorrow, the one I got on Sunday, the 3 I got on Monday. Come on, somebody. You just got to take it and stop being scared, stop overthinking it, stop worrying about, well, what if they ask me a question? Then don't do this business. Know what I'm saying? If you're concerned if they're going to ask you a question, if you're concerned that you can't figure out where they need to sign and where do you need to stamp, even though I got a video that helps you out with that. But if you're worried about all of that, don't do this business. If you're worried about late documents, don't do this business. If you're worried about doing scans, don't do this business. You don't like the fees, don't do this business. Just go ahead on and give it up. Just let it go. Nobody's going to be mad at you. Nobody's going to run behind you. Just let it go and go on to something else. But if you're willing to put forth the effort and to do these things, then stay in it. Let's work together. Let's learn together. And let's grow together and make things happen. That's all I'm saying. Time out for all this fluff and, ooh, you can make this money and you're going to be 6 figured and you're going to be 10 figured out. Just do what is right for you in your business. And if nobody can respect that, then you don't need to be around them. All right. So I'm going to bounce on out of here. I'm getting tired. And I really do appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I just hope that y'all will find the courage to do what you need to do in order for you to see the financial results that you want to see. All right. So Rubicon done beat out the Fritter, man. And besides, I'm so busy. I'm ripping around. I don't even have time to stop at a Dunkin' Donuts. And then when I do, those fritters be looking not too frittery. They just be looking like, They're like, I don't even want to be here today. I'm serious. So I haven't seen any good quality fritters lately and all of that stuff. But I'm about to eat this other one. I'm serious. Bro man about to chow down on that one. All right. I'm about to chow down on this bad boy. But again, I appreciate y'all. Y'all keep doing what you're doing. Y'all have a good one. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.